Hi, I'm Mary, a librarian turned book reviewer with a focus on stories written for kids, tweens, and teens. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about this picture book called Ant Trails and Butterfly Dreams, a story about happiness. This is the story about Arnie the ant, who's not very happy. He's sitting on top of an anthill while his siblings are collecting food, and he feels like he's just not good enough. The crumbs that he finds are stale, or they're not as big as those that his siblings bring home, and so he's just kind of given up. But his friends, Manny Monarch and Terry Swallowtail, give him some advice that came from their friend Breezy Bee that help Arnie kind of turn his mindset around and learn that happiness isn't just something he has to wait for, but something he can choose to feel himself. This story is written by a woman who has gone through this transition herself, who's learned how to find happiness on her own terms instead of waiting for it to find her. And her goal is to help share this message with as many readers as possible. So through this delightful picture book, readers learn along with Arnie some strategies for helping find happiness in their own lives. So much like a light switch, your brain can't be both happy and sad at the same time. So children and readers of all ages really learn how to flip that switch for themselves using strategies that are unique to them. So whatever makes one person happy is not necessarily going to do the same for someone else, but everyone has that special something that turns their thinking around. So this story is written primarily for older readers, elementary school age, ones with a little bit of a longer attention span. There's quite a bit of text on each page, as you can see. But most of it is dialogue, so younger readers with a longer attention span will also be interested in this story. And it's a message that's good for all ages. Even adults can use a reminder about how to find happiness for themselves when they feel like things are kind of going against them. I love the illustrations in this. There's a lot of soft, curving lines that help kind of bring this sense of nature and peace to the story. And what's really nice is that on a lot of these pages, you'll see a little bit of a watermark in the background on the colored side that matches somehow with the illustration. So the illustrations are done in kind of a watercolor style, and they have a really realistic approach to them. So you've got characters that you're going to find actually in your garden, right? You'll have these beautiful flowers, the caterpillars, and as the caterpillars grow and transition themselves, you'll find them as butterflies later on. So even though this is kind of anthropomorphized as far as the animals talking themselves, you don't actually see faces on them. So, some stories will have the illustration show characters in a different perspective from what they actually look like in real life. But these illustrations are pretty true to life, and so readers will recognize them from their adventures outside. The size of this book is also really delightful, so it's a beautiful hardcover and not too big, so it's great for little hands to hold on to, carry around with them, about half the size of a modern picture book. So this is a really beautiful story about finding happiness, learning to find happiness, learning to embrace the things that make you unique, and it's a great read for readers of all ages. If this sounds like a good fit for you, I hope you check it out at your favorite bookstore.